Yes, happy
all you
Valentine's Day.
lovers of good government. You came to the wrong place.
Ooh, good. We are here from
Yeah.
the second row.
Brenda Rozzi.
In Rich Russell.
Yes,
and we're
second
here
row.
Second row, and we're here to...
I wish the second row seats were padded like this.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
We should have our names on the
Then
thing.
Francisco would have to sit on the table. Nah,
No,
it's no good.
No, can't do it happen. But we're here to fill you in on what's going to be happening at the City Council meeting on Tuesday.
Plus some other goodies.
Plus some other goodies. That's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
And first, the usual roll call, moment of silence, pledge allegiance, minute approval, public participation, and Rich is always public participation.
Yeah, let's see. Mr. Marley, and then
you.
myself,
Right.
and anybody else that wishes to
Speak.
expound upon any
Right.
issues in the city.
Right. So we're going to start off with public hearings. And the first one is 44023.
It's
So
been
you know
hanging
this
around
is an
for a year
old
and a
one.
half.
Yeah. Is ordinance, right turn only for vehicles exiting business between Durso Ave and Chickering Road.
So that means Dunkin' Donuts, Wendy's,
all those,
the
which
tire
makes
place.
sense.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because
Yeah.
getting out of there is horrible.
It is.
Yeah.
And particularly when school is getting out too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's something that is,
Yeah.
to my estimation, haven't been involved working around traffic.
Yeah,
It's
but
something that's
yeah.
long overdue.
Oh, definitely. Okay, and then we have a bunch of handicap parkings.
Mucho of them.
Yeah, we can just start off with
20 Belmont Street,
177, 179 Bailey Street,
25 Boyd Street,
44 Perry Avenue,
46 Kendall Street,
48 Saunders Street,
171 Garden Street,
117 Oxford,
63 Milton Street,
303 Prospect Street,
76 Inman Street.
Five-
Is Inman Street long enough to have seven? No, I guess so. All right.
yeah. 514 Havel Street,
22 Irene Street.
21 Wendell Street.
Okay, and that's the handicap parkings, and
Right.
those are usually just,
Yeah,
they read it,
yeah. Anyone
anybody
here?
object, bang,
right, yeah.
it's accepted.
Those go through.
Okay, now this is an interesting one, a proposed ordinance 2.04.160, probationary period. I think we've commented, or I've commented
Yeah, I
on
think,
it
yeah.
in the past.
How long is a probationary?
I thought all city employees did have,
probationary.
per se, a probationary
I thought
period.
it was like 90 days.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And then install 2 jail poles on Lowell Street near Amesbury.
For our friend
Getting
Dave
ready
Johnson,
to-
Nat Grid,
Yeah, getting ready for the
fiasco,
well, yeah.
highway fiasco.
Yeah, because they're going to be taking Amesbury Street and turning it into 2 ways.
Yeah.
Don't know how that's going to work.
Let's see,
but
anything
that's yeah.
pending public hearings, 22, 21, let's see, no parking. Oh, these are public hearings
Anticipated? The one?
anticipated for March 4th.
Which is, the next city council meeting.
No parking on Canton Street, the right-hand side.
No parking, 27 Shattuck Street.
That's down there by the, the Wall Laboratories.
Yes, yeah.
Stop sign at High and High Lawn Ave.
Stop sign Jefferson and Mount Vernon.
Yeah, we've talked that one.
Yeah.
Handicap parking, 359 Lawrence Street.
Handicap parking, 71 Farley Street.
I think every time I think of that, I think of what was the one that they had the two girls and what's his face, Mr. Farley was the landlord.
Oh,
Yeah,
Three's
every time.
Company.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking to.
Three's Company.
My mind works in strange methods.
Yeah, Jack Ritter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the other one. Yeah.
Okay, no parking anytime, Water Street, south side from Ames to Doyle Street. And that's down, I guess, in the vicinity of the water, where the water department
Yeah.
is.
And handicap parking, 17 Butler Street.
Okay, up in your neck of the
Yep.
woods, 111A Chester Street,
Right. 248 Salem Street.
248 Salem, okay. 30 Wells Street.
143 Parker Street.
Yeah. No parking anytime. Brookfield between Kenneth and Lennox, both sides. That
Yeah.
one's interesting.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a street that I travel, but again, let's see. Stephanie is for it. Jorge Jaime is for it, and our
City engineer.
you said it. I didn't. I can't. Okay. Communications from the mayor, city officials, city attorney.
Yeah. Discuss strategy for litigation, wage claim act, executive session anticipated. You know what that's going to be.
Well, I hope that when they go in, they find some executives.
I hope they do it at the end of the night.
Okay.
Although that's, budget and finance authorization to expend $35,000, 2025 Department of Fire Services Safety Equipment Grant. Brian Moriarty, Fire Chief, not a
They better
problem.
spend it before President Trump shuts us off. Not us, the city officials, in their infinite wisdom.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Did you see? I digress, but did you see that Worcester became a sanctuary city for transgendered?
Mm-hmm. I did.
I think we've become another type of a sanctuary city.
Okay.
I won't discuss it, but politicians.
Okay. Housing Committee, none.
Ordinance, Earth Day cleanup. That's always a good.
But that's been changed from the 19th and to the 26th because the 19th, the 20th is Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
So now they're moving it over a week. I watched the Ordinance Committee.
Isn't the 19th also Patriots Day?
Well, yeah, but that would be celebrated on the 21st. But whatever. We don't do anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let's see. Nothing for personnel, nothing for public safety, even though personnel and public safety did have meetings last night.
Right, but still two. Yeah.
Committee of the Whole.
None. No report.
I rest my case.
Old business. They'll take that up, and both are for the airport.
And
So,
again,
yeah.
anything that improves the safety at the airport,
Right.
we're all for.
Especially now. The first one is appropriation transfer $100,000 from airport account
Yeah.
to new project account for mandated safety easements. Not a problem. And issuance of grant assurances and authorization to expend $361,190 for Mass DOT for Aeronautic Division grant.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Again, we still haven't heard anything about the Volktech and their
Hangar.
buildings over there.
I guess they're doing it. They're putting a hangar over there, and they're also teaching aeronautics repair at the high school, or they're going to
good.
start doing it.
Yeah, that's good because that's
Yeah.
a lucrative. Because I listened to a few friends on ham radio and repairs on aircraft.
Yep.
Mucho expensive.
Because a lot of these aircrafts are old.
Yep.
A lot, and especially something different because they've the vocational school, Greater Lawrence, got rid of their graphics department.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have one less subject to teach the kids. So I think aeronautics,
Yeah.
and whoever.
I mean, everybody
whatever.
thinks, flying a plane is an easy thing. No, it's an expensive proposition. Every year or so, the plane has to go through a rather thorough inspection,
Right.
and every couple of years they have to tear the engine down the whole 9 yards,
Yep.
make sure everything is
Yep.
according to Hoyle.
Yep. Oh yeah. And you can't blame them. I mean, look at how many airplane crashes we've had just within the last month. It gets scary. All of a sudden, it's like it runs in like a gambit, like a few, and then you don't hear anything for a few years.
Like I said, I listened to a couple of guys on ham radio. They are pilots, and in the wintertime, they get their kicks on landing on Lake Winnipesaukee on the ice.
Oh, good.
Yeah, right. A couple of them did not have a successful landing. One guy said, "Well, it's a good thing the trees were there to stop them."
God.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything in old.
Okay,
any
we're
old-
down. Let's see.
Table matters.
I would
No?
like to see 44423 brought up again.
Yeah, well.
That's the
don't hold your
voting
breath.
ID.
Yeah. We're not going to say that.
Uh,
Now we're into new business?
let's see. New business. Proposed ordinance for inspection and related fees.
Okay.
Building Commissioner
Right.
Peter Blanchett.
Okay. Whatever. Request to expend grant funds, $150,000 from Executive Office of Public Safety and Security, EOPSS, Burn Crisis Intervention Program for the Police Department. Not a problem.
Okay. Well, they better get use the money before. God knows where this money comes from to the state
Right.
and then coming down to us. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
you still remember me holding up the handcuffs 8 years ago. It's coming back, isn't it, to bite us? Okay. 4925, authorization to fill enforcement prosecutor position, ordinance 2.72050 in the inspectional service. And it's been vacant for more than 6 months. I didn't even know it was there.
Neither did I. So
Maybe that's the reason it's been vacant.
maybe. Proposed ordinance of video requests. Oh, I forgot one. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I forgot the one. Authorization to fill assistant superintendent of cemeteries.
now,
A cemetery vacant more than 6 months.
what I said before
know.
we came on camera, I find it amazing that these jobs are being filled just as we're going into campaign season.
Yep.
Am I wrong in saying that?
No, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, well, the proposed ordinance for video requests. I don't know what that's for. Is it for the? I don't know.
That could be opening up. To me, that's
If it's for the police, that could be opening up a big can of worms.
all of that still falls under
Yeah,
public record
records,
requests.
Right. Well,
I mean,
yeah.
To me, that is infringing upon your right or my right to go request something. But it is what it is.
Right,
Let's see. No parking sign on Ferber Street.
Authorization to fill intake specialist position in planning and development, vacant for more than 6 months.
This position will probably be at the entryway to that office, and the next one will be at the exit because it's an outtake specialist position.
Outreach coordinator specialist, yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
another.
data.
There's two more. There's right there in the space of 6 agenda items. There's 4 positions.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say it. They don't like it. What are they going to do? Let's see. 15-minute parking at Camilla Market at 160 Union Street. Okay.
Resident-
Wendy put that on.
Yeah. Resident parking 6-8 Monmouth Street.
Again, Wendy.
Yeah, that's the district.
Okay.
Now you can do all the rest ones.
Okay.
one.
Resolution, Ryan Mueller, 2024 Paramedic of the Year.
Yeah.
And all of these resolutions were put on by District E Councilor Stephanie
I
Infante.
know she was there. These are all from the Exchange Club. These are all the ones who won awards from the city of Lawrence, which I think is a good idea. We recognize people.
I do,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
again, they deserve the recognition.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I look at it, that's part of their job, you know.
Yeah.
Are you in the job for the glory or are you in the job for the guts? You know.
Yeah. But whatever.
Let's see.
Yeah.
An appropriation transfer.
Oh, you forgot. No, you
I
forgot.
forgot a whole bunch of them, didn't I?
Yes, you did. I'll read them if you want me to.
Okay. Luis Santiago,
Officer,
2024 Officer of the Year. I don't even want to attempt
Angelo Kokagos.
I guess so.
Officer of the Year.
Lieutenant John Jimenez, 2024 Firefighter of the Year.
Jean Jimenez, 2024 Firefighter of the Year. Ignacio Rodriguez, 2024 Firefighter of the Year.
And Felix Frias, 2024.
I think and I want to say, I almost think that these firefighters, they might be from Station 8. And then the last one is appropriation transfer from stabilization reserve for litigation to judgments, and that's put on
It'd be nice
by,
if we knew how much and what was going on. Now, do we want to delve into the fiasco that we sat through?
Which one? We sat through two of them. Which
Yes,
one?
we sat through
Do you want to
two
be
of them.
more specific? Are we talking Tuesday or Wednesday?
The Wednesday fiasco.
The Wednesday fiasco, that was a fiasco. That was 4 hours.
We did get some honest answers
Yep.
from a city official, which was refreshing.
Right.
And again, I don't know if this individual, well, I'll name him, City Attorney Tim Hooton, is going to get thrown under the bus for the way he answered the questions. He answered them honestly,
Right.
as they were put to him.
Right.
He didn't hem and haw and hot-footed. And
He never got one of these, had to think about it, like...
No, he bang, bang.
No,
he had
every answer every question that was posed to him, he had the answer.
Yeah. Now, the whole thing was all about the CIC comprehensive investigation. I can't remember.
Yeah.
CIC Investigations. They're out of
Right.
Quincy,
Right.
owned by Daniel Bennett,
Right.
who from 2015 to 2017 was Charlie Baker's Secretary of Public Safety.
Right.
And that job should have been coterminous with Charlie Baker's term of office, but he left several years before he really
Right.
had to.
Right.
No one knows why. We'll just let it go at
Yeah.
that. Another individual involved with CIC was my little cheat card was Kerry Gilpin, who at one time was the colonel in charge of the entire Mass State Police Force.
I remember that.
She retired at 49 with 20 years in and getting $172,000 a year
Wow.
pension. Okay. She worked her way up. I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunately, in her reading up on her 15-year-old sister was murdered back in 1985, which may have pushed her going into law enforcement.
Maybe. Probably,
Okay.
yeah.
So I mean, I have no issue with CIC.
Right.
Something else we'll get into later on. The fiasco started when CIC, Mike Owens, personnel director, and William Castro and his attorney could not agree on a date for an interview.
Right. We have to preface it in case anyone doesn't know. William Castro was the acting chief of police who ended up
Being
getting suspended
with pay,
for a police
violating
chase.
police
The ordinance.
department policy.
Right.
Not
right.
laws, but policy.
Right. Right.
Okay, so they after they couldn't reach the agreement on because William Castro's lawyer could not make it that day, they said we'll schedule something in the future.
Right.
The next
That
day,
didn't happen.
the next day, the mayor's senior advisor, Octavian Spanner, told CIC to stop the investigation.
Yep.
Okay, so they stopped.
That was in October.
Yeah,
That was
they
in October.
stopped. They did not even try to line up another
Nope.
interview date with Castro and his attorney. Several days beyond that, Octavian Spanner comes down with another message from the mayor that said, terminate the investigation. Okay, stop means hold, don't do anything more. Yeah. Terminate means that's it. Okay, the investigation was over, but the city also paid for a report. CIC wrote the report.
Yep.
Okay, no big deal. I read the report. It was a lot of stuff that was redacted. It should have been redacted.
Right,
okay.
right.
Now, then the city hired Maverick Investigations out of Salem, New Hampshire, and it's another agency that was associated with Maverick, RGB Investigations, to go through CIC's report.
Right.
And both Bennett from CIC and Robert Moran, who was the CEO of Maverick, were there, and they answered questions. I should say that Robert Moran at one point was deputy chief in Salem, New Hampshire. He had been suspended for questionable practices in 2019, and in 2021, New Hampshire's state of New Hampshire's legal department said they would not press any charges against him. He ultimately settled for $100,000, basically based on defamation of character by 2 or 3 individuals in the Salem, New Hampshire government. Both CIC and Maverick Investigations incorporated with the Secretary of State in Massachusetts within 2 weeks of each other in June of 2021.
Wow.
Coincidence? Okay, I just let it go.
But
with
we
that.
also have to understand, before we go on, 2 weeks prior to this meeting, the city council, or they wanted Bennett to come to a meeting, and he didn't show up, and the whole bit. And everyone had the Bennett report, and they knew there was another report. And Tim Hooton that whole night kept saying, "There is another report. It should be coming out soon. There is another report. It should be coming out soon." The report, as of that day, as of that night, he did not have the Maverick report.
Look.
But someone did have the Maverick report.
Yeah.
Someone did post it online without any redaction.
Yes, I stupidly, I saw it, I got it, I read through it, I could not believe, the report, now first of all, the results of a week ago Wednesday night, Maverick said there was nothing wrong with CIC's report that they could find.
Right.
The report was done to the best of their ability. Okay.
Yep.
All right. An individual posted on their Facebook page the entire 441 pages of the Maverick report. The Maverick report was 41 pages long. There was 400 pages of footnotes, be it audio tapes, be it emails, be it memos, and whatever, unredacted.
Right.
I had downloaded it, and when I realized what I had, I went home to save it. The individual had pulled down the report, and when they pulled it down, the fact I hadn't saved it, it took my report offline.
Yeah.
So I don't have the unredacted report.
Right.
But
so the next day, Attorney Hooton comes into work, and he's getting inundated with phone calls from the police department because all their information was there. Their phone numbers, their addresses,
everything.
It was like, but it's, he did not, because he had to see the report because he had to do the redaction. So who got the report and gave it to this individual?
Now,
that's what
this brings up an interesting point. How far do I want to go into opening my mouth about what I know?
Well,
yeah,
I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I mean, there are people that are associated with an individual, who advertise with them, that have connections to RGB in Salem, New Hampshire, doing surveillance work on somebody for something.
Well, I just thought it was interesting when Wendy Luzon asked the guy from Maverick, do you know such and such a person? It was like,
Yeah.
oh, crap. It was a long night. It was 4 hours. Some of it was comical. You're thinking, watching, and then I don't know.
Both Bennett and Moran were open and honest.
Yep.
They were not doing any tap dancing, trying to avoid it. They answered everything. At least in my opinion, they answered stuff honestly.
Right.
But they threw no light on anything.
No.
I mean, the only thing that came out of Moran's mouth that amounted to anything was CIC's report was acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay, I can live with that.
Fine. Yeah.
But again, there's too many connections as to how the report, the 441-page unredacted report, got into an individual's hands.
Right.
And
why was it printed? It should not have been printed. I'm sorry.
I know.
It should not have been printed.
Yeah.
And that
just leave it there. I'll be nice about it. It's a crap show that never should have happened. I know William Castro. I'm friendly with him. Do I feel he was a good fit to be acting police chief? No.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He did work in the correctional system but there's a difference between being a police officer
and a
correctional officer.
Right.
A correctional officer does not have the power of arrest.
No.
Okay?
No.
All right.
But, and the other highlight of that night also was when Sergeant Samar got up, and he just laid it all on the line.
And
everything.
Nobody said anything.
No. It was like, because he was right. And everything he said, he was right.
I was just waiting for
the gavel.
The council president to break his gavel.
But he didn't have the gavel. Stephanie, the vice president Stephanie Infante had the gavel. She had the gavel.
Yeah.
And she just let him speak.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she did that.
Yeah.
I am glad she did that. Because it had to be heard. It had to be heard.
Yeah. So whatever's going to come out of it's going to come out of it. But again,
okay. So after all this, William Castle's back as chief of staff, but he cannot have anything to do with anything with the police department.
He will never have any policing authority
ever again.
Ever
again? No.
But again. Why was that written into his contract as...
It was a separate one. It was a separate contract.
When he went to become a police chief, that was written into... There was a clause in his contract. If he did not get chosen, he could come back. Now, okay, let's go through the city payroll. The two highest paid positions in the city were at one time was the police chief, followed by the fire department, chief. And then the third position was the CAFO, which would have been Mark Iannello. But then when the mayor came in, he appointed Octavian as his senior advisor at a little over $200,000 a year. Okay? Now we go through the mayor's office. I went through the list of it, and I don't even think the mayor made the top 10 salaries in the city, and he's making just over $100,000.
He does. He's not. People in planning and development make more than him. Of course, not the right person, but...
So in the mayor's office, you have three people making $445,000 between them. The senior advisor is making $200,000. The chief of staff is making $145,000, and the mayor is making $100,000. Huh? Isn't something kind of
Yeah. But
topsy-turvy?
you have to understand, under Dan Rivera, under Kendris, we didn't have a senior advisor.
No,
They didn't need one.
no.
What does that tell you? That's the other thing.
No,
They
no.
didn't. They did not need one.
Sure.
They didn't need 10 people in their office. They had 4 plus themselves, or maybe even 5 plus
Yeah.
themselves. Whatever. That's all they had.
Everything worked.
Yeah. There were 2 people at the front desk.
Yeah.
There was the chief of staff.
Yep.
There was a public relations person,
Yep.
and the mayor. Maybe one other person occasionally.
And I can also remember at times that the chief of staff was also the PR person.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But again, I look at it and I say, we're getting the best government money can't buy. But okay,
I
now getting back on one other thing. This is from the Valley Patriot. This is page 11 of the February issue, and it's when a scandal isn't a scandal, nobody cares. But nobody cares. The Castro propaganda. Now we go down. He goes, Tom, and we both know Tom. Tom goes through basically the timeline.
Yeah.
The Bennett investigation, original investigation, was incomplete and one-sided because Castro was not interviewed or given a chance to give his side of the story. Bennett declined to accommodate a date for the interview when Castro's lawyer could attend. Bang, right then and there. At that point, that's when Octavian Spanner said stop, and then several days later said cease, terminate. So, Personnel Director Mike Owens acknowledged he was playing hardball with Castro. Who cares? You got that was his job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. I mean, come on, cut the guy some slack. But it is what it is.
Well, yeah. But I don't know. Like I said.
But again, that's the update. You know, we'll be following this. I mean, I have a little bit of detective in me. I mean, I spent years of researching assessors' records, deeds, the whole 9 yards. So I know where to look. I know where to find it all.
Yep.
You know.
It's you know, it's sad we had to come to this. You know, and the bottom line is, and like everyone's saying, he should not be chief of staff. He should be fired. He should not be working for the city.
But they're political allies.
You know, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, I look at, I mentioned $445,000. $345,000 of that money is going to Methuen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
You know,
I
they
know.
don't even live in Lawrence.
Yeah. But they like to spend our money in
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
I also file
Public record.
their public record. They are legit in Massachusetts. They're public record requests, but everybody calls them FOIA. FOIA is a Freedom of Information Act. That's the federal name, but everybody calls them FOIAs in Massachusetts.
That's right.
On January 21st, I filed the following. I would like the public record request for the following information: a list of names along with any discussions, memos, etc. that were made regarding the selection of the individuals that applied to be on the Citizens Advisory Committee for the new police chief of Lawrence, Massachusetts. I request that all fees be waived as allowable under various MGLs. I am willing to accept this information electronically in an email. Thank you for your promptness. That was dated January 30th. I got a return.
Okay.
Initial response to the requester. What did I get? I got the friggin' press release that Nestor Castillo handed out. I have the list of names of the people who were selected. How many people put their names in?
Exactly.
That's
I
what
know. I know of at least two who didn't.
Yeah, I
put them
know.
in that didn't get
I
selected.
myself, and I talked with another one last night.
Yeah.
You know, she said I didn't expect to be picked. But again, so next Tuesday, whenever I see the Tim or Kevin
Yeah.
Foley, he's the one that responded to this, I will be saying, yeah, okay. I got this in the newspaper 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I want a list of the people who applied.
Yeah,
not the people
at
who were
least a
selected.
number,
Yeah.
and at least I'll file another public record request. You can release anything that was said about me not being picked.
Yeah.
I got nothing to
Yeah.
hide.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Hey.
like I say, there's snow on the roof, but the brain isn't frostbitten yet. You know, they refuse to accept that.
Yeah.
And I look at it, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And let's see, we got, today's 14, so we got 14, and 31 is 45. So we got somewhere between 45 and 50 days before, guess what? Nomination paper time.
Is what, April 1st, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah, it's usually the first, the day that is the beginning of the first full week in April.
Oh, so that would be the following week. Yeah, because I think City Council is it, no, I think April 1st.
I'm not sure.
Wouldn't that be funny if the City Council meeting was on April 1st?
Don't feed me material like that, Brenda.
Oh my God, I think that would be hilarious.
Okay, let's come on. Let's get out of there. Oh, and then we do have two other jobs to talk about that popped up.
Okay.
I still get emails from the city
Thank
about
goodness.
various
Yeah.
jobs. New government job. Head cashier.
For what department?
Okay, let me open that right up. Let's see, this is job ID equals 473. Head cashier dash internal. Under the direction of the treasurer / collector,
Okay.
perform all tasks associated with accounts receivable processing,
Okay.
prepares journal entries and reconciles general ledger and bank statements, prepares monthly financial statements. The qualifications. Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration.
Okay. Keep going.
Equivalent to a graduation from a 4-year college or university with major coursework in accounting, finance, economics, or a related field, and 1 year of general fund accounting experience, or an equivalent, the infamous, an equivalent combination. 1 for me, 1 for the city, 2 for me, 1 for the... Okay. This is an SEIU Local 888 job, and it's a pay grade 17, and it pays between $55,551.60 and $63,482.12. And it closes on March 3rd.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get out of that. And new government jobs, administrative assistant, business and economic development. This is job number ID equals 474. Administrative assistant, business and economic development. Duties: responsible secretary and administrative work assisting the business and economic development director to discharge the duties and ensure the efficient operation of the planning office. Employees, not employee, two, employees, plural, more than one, is required to perform all other related work as required. So are they hiring one or are they hiring more than one? Essential work, answers questions, furnishes information to the public and city employees regarding concerning department policy, rules, and regulations, receives complaints and responds to complaints appropriately, including taking initiative to see that the problems in certain situations are resolved. Talk about delegating authority.
Yeah, okay.
The higher up they go, the less they want to do and the more money they want. Okay. The qualifications. This was only an associate's degree in business administration or related field.
Okay.
3 to 5 years progressively responsible experience in administrative or secretarial work. Experience working municipal government strongly preferred or an equivalent combination of education and experience. Okay. This is a non-union.
Okay.
Non-union, let's see, that's what, Collins Commission? Non-union? This one starts at $41,860 and it goes up to $68,640. And again, that one closes on March 3rd.
Okay. Now go into April.
That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I'm looking for my calendar. Come on. Get out of there. Okay, whoa, come on. Calendar. March. The April 1st.
Is it a Tuesday? Yes.
All the April Fools will be out for that one.
Oh yeah! Yay! Yeah.
So whether they'll start handing out nomination papers on April 1st or not remains to be seen.
Right.
But April 7th is the first full beginning of the first full week.
Oh my God, we're gonna have fun at that meeting.
April 15th is tax day. Wait a minute. Patriots Day is April 15th.
What's it say on the calendar?
It says tax day.
But what's that? Is that Monday?
That's a Tuesday.
Okay, so Monday would be the 14th.
The 14th, yes.
14th. I think the 21st might be Patriots Day.
20th is the 20th on a Sunday is Easter Sunday.
I think the 21st.
Yeah,
is
Easter Monday.
Patriots Day. It's Patriots Day.
April 15th, that would be the 250th anniversary of the British massacre out in Arlington, where one of my relatives
Okay.
with a big mouth and a gimpy leg opened his mouth and was one of the 11 or 13 that got killed by the British.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So,
Yeah, because those kids, school kids, because they'll have Friday off for Good Friday, and they'll have an extra day. That'll be interesting. I can't believe it's that. I think that's going to be a hilarious.
let's
meeting.
see, they get anything off for...
St. Patrick's Day? No.
No, that's right. We're in Essex County. If we lived in Suffolk County, they would get evacuation day off.
Right.
But
Right.
the good thing is March 9th, daylight savings time starts.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't either.
Can't wait. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I know it.
Enough of this, doctors.
But again,
Yeah. No, like I said, I have to, the councils ask good questions, Bennett and Warren. There was one counselor, I just don't understand. Actually, two counselors, I just don't understand. Why even speak? But whatever.
I'm going to give away trade secret.
Okay.
On the second row, there's this much space between Brenda and I. I'm
Yep.
at one end of the bench. She's at the other end of the bench.
Sometimes there's someone between us. Sometimes there's not.
See the notes that are on this? These are the notes that get passed back. Well, get passed from me to her. I made one comment. I says there have been 4 people that haven't opened their mouth, and did I break the dam there? Oh Jesus, they came out with
Stupid questions.
yes.
You know, but what aggravates me most is, you know, and I honestly think that if you're let's say you're an ordinance, you know, and there's no, you know, and you're not an ordinance, but there's something that you want to know about. Watch the damn meeting, so you're not going to repeat the same questions that were already asked at the ordinance committee.
Yeah,
that's a waste of time. The same thing with every other committee.
Yeah, and then the thing is, you look at the councilors. You see them come in with a big white notebook.
They probably haven't even looked at it.
Okay, now when I was there, I was on housing and personnel.
Right.
So I would have the notebook with all information pertaining to any issues for either the housing committee or personnel committee.
Right.
Okay. The night of the council meeting, we would come in with a giant notebook that had everything in it.
Right.
There was no prohibition about not being able to take that book home and look at it.
Yeah.
I did on occasion.
Yep.
But I guess, let's see, they went from, this term, they went from $15,000 to $20,000 salary a year. So I guess
they don't have to work on it.
they don't have time to do it.
Like, I don't understand. I can't comprehend. I mean, you know, being on the planning board, a lot of times, you know, something will come up and I'll go by, drive by, or I'll look at whatever. But I've started going to the zoning meetings because a lot of times what zoning votes on, we're going to get.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's vice versa, but yeah, whatever. But, you know, if we miss a meeting, there's like 2 or 3 on the zoning board this month that we're going to get in planning. I want to know how they vote.
Yeah.
Because
why they
usually,
voted.
and why they vote, because usually our meetings are the week after.
Yeah.
So there's not enough time to get anything written out or whatever. So I want to know how, if they voted, no, we don't want it, or yeah, it's a good idea, then I at least have an idea.
It's also nice to go there and see who's pushing it.
Yeah.
A lot of times, whether an idea is good, bad, or indifferent, it's the person pushing it that makes it acceptable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of that.
Which is, yeah, we have. You know, like I said, but like I just started and I keep notes, and if it's something that we have, I want to know what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the wrong way to perform in government, know what's going on.
Yeah, I guess. But,
you know, most people say, oh, they snuck one over on me. Well, the reason they got snuck over on you is because you didn't do your homework.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I caught, a couple of times I caught things on the housing. And I admit, being a surveyor, I could see stuff that, and their philosophy, who cares?
Oh, well.
Okay.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what, yes, it is. I mean, it's going to be your butt that's going to get a bite taken out of it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Don't they have some kind of indemnity? They're not responsible for any errors that they make?
I don't know. Yeah. You sit there and you wonder, you know, and you don't even have to be there to watch a subcommittee. All you have to do is turn on Channel 22. You can watch the subcommittee.
Yes.
You can see what's going on. You know, I don't get it sometimes. I just don't. And you're listening, and it's all the same questions that are asked the subcommittee.
Yep.
Why are you asking them again?
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, for the most part, the same person isn't asking the same question over and over and over again.
I guess.
From this committee level up to the full council level.
Yeah.
I can see somebody that's not on that committee asking the question, but I agree with you.
If it's already been asked, they've already got an answer. Why do you have to ask the question?
Those committee meetings only last, what, an hour?
Yeah, depending, yeah, an hour, hour and a half,
you can't.
Yeah.
You're making $20,000 a year.
Work.
No heavy lifting, no heavy thinking.
Work.
Basically being told what you got to do.
Yeah.
Whoop, did I say that?
Yeah. Because yeah.
They just do they.
I don't know.
They go with the way they think the powers that be want things.
And that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
When they do that. Because what about the other people?
Yeah. Yeah. What about the ones that end up having to pay their salaries, the whole 9 yards? The ones that are adversely affected.
Yep.
They put their 2 cents worth in, but because somebody has more pull, more power, more dollar signs attached to their name, the little person gets ignored.
Yeah.
I had to clean that one up. But
yeah. But it's true. Like I said, I watched the ordinance committee the other night, and I know Fredolina was on the ordinance committee. I guess I know Giovanni. I think I don't know Giovanni. I think Kendris were there for they were in Washington D.C. for some award or some event or whatever. The other thing is I don't know if you saw Kendris's son got a proclamation from Frank Moran.
No.
He has some disease from steroids, and it's kind of like eczema, I believe, something like that. I haven't read the whole thing. I just saw the proclamation, but it's great that because his son is advocating for it, and that's a good thing. A little kid, advocating.
Yeah.
And then there's like I said, I saw that, and then the other one is, so I know Fedolina wasn't there the other night, but it was a short meeting, and Selena was on. Selena was virtual, so that was that makes it hard too, because then you have to take the vote. You have to eat.
Virtual.
I wish they get rid of that.
That should be
gone, long gone. What? I still have it.
Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2022, and they.
How long they extended for?
I thought they extended. It was going to be dead this year, 25.
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, fortunately, we don't have very many that come on like that, which is a good thing.
I look at everything that's happened, and there are people that are doing their damnedest to take government out of the hands of the citizens. You know it, and I know
look
it.
at the school committee.
You and I have both been following this crap show for what, 12, 13, 14 years?
Yeah.
Too many. And
well, this whole school committee thing is, I can't even imagine how that's going to play out.
I'm waiting to see what kind of situation. Well, you'll find out first part of April.
Yeah.
What kind of a fiasco are they going to make there?
I don't know.
The title of the bill says one thing, but the bottom line says something different.
Yeah, well.
when they come out of receivership, but the bottom says becomes effective when the governor signs it.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to lose. I know Jonathan Guzman's against it. Lenny Rowe is against it. Myra Ortiz is against it. Pat Mariano, Sandra, I forget the one.
Anybody's got a brain in their head.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not. I'm not picking on the younger generation, but again, there was something that was done years ago that took away the ability of the younger generation to realize what government is all about. That was a course in civics.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because everything was geared towards MCAS. You have to study MCAS. You have to study, I remember civics in school. My freshman year in high school.
Yeah.
I had Mr. Petaruta.
I had civics in the 9th grade.
Yeah, freshman year.
I had. I had U.S. history in the 11th grade.
Yeah, I had U.S. history in senior year.
And I had
Mr. Sullivan.
I thought I was going to skate my senior year. I had 60 credits. You needed 72 to graduate. I said, man, I'm going to have an easy senior year.
Yeah, surprise.
5 majors they whipped on me.
Yep.
I said, damn. You know what? Hey, it was what it was.
It's funny. I remember my good teachers. What teachers I liked? My best subject was botany. Junior year, Mr. Harrington. I loved him.
We had my U.S. history teacher was also the basketball coach at Lynn English. I remember when he got out. Him and several other teachers got out of the Korean War after they went to college. They started teaching at the elementary school I went to. So I remember him from being a 4th grade teacher, and he moved up there. But he had one bad eye, and you didn't know which. Actually, I think the bad eye was the good eye, and this eye was the bad eye. Oh. So U.S. history, half the class was what would be considered jocks, football, basketball, track team, that type of stuff. And then the other half were girls, sophomore girls in business. So what everything was geared toward was us.
Yeah.
He'd walk in and he'd just start throwing questions out. Then we'd change papers. He says, okay, what was the first answer? Then he'd have to remember what the question was. But it was very good class.
Yeah.
Well, we got 2 minutes left.
Yes, we do. So Monday's a holiday.
Yes.
So City of Lawrence will be closed. It's also school vacation, so I'm quite sure the kids are probably having a blast. But Tuesday night is city council meeting, 7
and
o'clock.
let's hopefully they're not having a vacation.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not even going to say look, because it doesn't,
They have a pile of work to do. I was not talking about a work vacation. I was talking about elsewhere.
Yeah.
Which we have seen in the past.
But fortunately, hopefully we'll see you there. We met someone new last week. The last, not city council meeting, although they were there, but the night after we met someone who's really involved in the city.
Yeah.
So that was good. And hopefully we get more people and get young people involved. That's who we need to get involved, is the younger generation.
Yeah. But unfortunately, there's nobody in the high school has any interest in history class. I mean, I don't even know if they teach history anymore in school.
They do. I don't know.
Civics class would be a good class project. Go down and write a report on what 4 or 5 of you go down and write a report.
That's a good. That's something good. I'm going to kind of mention it to someone I know at the high school. Maybe you should have them.
Yes, it
That's
would be.
It
really would be.
Yeah.
But again. Just to get them.
Because how many times is just Mr. Molly, you and I, and then Mr. Molly leaves, it's just you and I.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean.
Yep. But anyway.
It's it gets lonesome, but again.
But we enjoy it because what you don't see on TV, you can see there.
Yeah, we're there.